Life is a classroom. Arjun sat on the edge of the wooden bench, tapping his pencil against the desk. At 22, he thought he knew enough about life. He had graduated from college, landed a job in a small company, and earned just enough to pay rent in a noisy city. Finally, he muttered to himself one evening, "No more teachers, no more exams. I'm done with learning." The thought made him smile, but life, as it often does, had other plans. A year into his job, Arjun was confident he could handle anything. His boss gave him a new project, leading a small team to design a campaign for an important client. Arjun puffed up with pride. "This will be easy. I don't need advice. I know what I'm doing." He ignored his teammates' suggestions, brushed aside the marketing experts' warnings, and skipped research. "I already learned all that in college," he thought. When the client presentation came, his plan fell apart. The data was wrong. The design was shallow. The client rejected the project outright, and Arjun's boss stared at him with disappointment. It was his first real failure. That night, sitting alone in his rented room, Arjun felt as if the ground beneath him had collapsed. "Maybe I'm not as smart as I thought," he whispered. The next morning, Arjun wandered aimlessly through the park near his office. His eyes caught an old man sitting under a banyan tree, surrounded by children. The man had no books, no blackboard, only stories. Arjun sat nearby and listened. "Life," the old man said, "is the only classroom where you never graduate. If you think learning ends with a degree, you will walk blind into storms." Arjun felt a sting. It was as if those words were aimed directly at him. After the children left, Arjun approached the old man. "Sir, do you believe even adults should keep learning?" The man chuckled. "Son, the day you stop learning, you stop living. Look at this tree. Every season it grows new leaves, sheds old ones, and drinks rain again. Shouldn't we do the same?" Arjun started visiting the old man regularly. He discovered the man had once been a teacher, then a traveler, and finally a storyteller. Each day, the old man shared lessons. From books, wisdom of great thinkers. From travels, cultures, and experiences. From failures, humility, and resilience. Learning, the man explained, is not just from classrooms. It comes from observing, listening, asking questions, even from making mistakes. Slowly, Arjun began applying these lessons at work. Instead of shutting down his teammates, he asked questions. Instead of assuming, he researched. Instead of fearing failure, he reflected on it. His projects improved. His confidence returned, not the arrogant confidence of knowing everything, but the grounded confidence of knowing he could learn anything. Months later, Arjun's company faced a huge challenge. A client from another country wanted a campaign tailored to their culture. Most employees hesitated. They didn't know the traditions, language, or audience. But Arjun stepped up. "I may not know now," he said, "but I can learn." He spent weeks studying the culture, talking to experts, and even learning phrases in the client's language. His team admired his dedication, and together they built a campaign that impressed everyone. The client signed a long-term contract. Arjun's boss congratulated him. "You've changed. Earlier, you thought you knew everything. Now you learn from everyone." Arjun smiled. "Because life is the real classroom, sir." Years later, Arjun became a mentor to younger colleagues. He often told them the story of his early failure, of the banyan tree, and of the old storyteller who changed his life. To every eager intern, he repeated the same line: "Don't ever think learning ends with school. The world will test you daily. Stay curious, stay humble, stay open. That's how you win. Life never stops teaching. The wise never stop learning."